Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to another episode of Body of Work. This is LP, aka Swens, aka the Bill Nye the Science Guy of the artist industry, aka Shades, if you know me in the industry. And today, to round out class number 1, we have an amazing show lined up for you today. But first, as always, click that link in bio to check out the Long Sleeve Radio Thank You Mix number 24. Dance to it, groove to it, jam to it, blast it out your car speakers, blast it out your boom boxes, get to dancing to it. But today on Body of Work, we have an amazing show lined up for you. We have someone who has been through the ringer, someone TU in the building, someone from TU, somebody from the wonderful streets of Philly, but who has traveled the world. Today's episode, we have a very special guest. We have ambitious Mereb. She's coming on the line in a hot second. But don't forget, on August 6th at the Black Sheep in Philadelphia, them boys at Garden Parties will be hosting a Premier League kickoff event. Go check the website and their pages respectively for showtimes. It's a good day, y'all. It's a good one. We're going to get into it in a hot second. But we are thankful, we are happy, we are grateful, we are magnificently blessed. It's Monday here where we at in this time zone. But it's Sunday night, Sunday evening on the East Coast, a Sunday afternoon getting there on the West Coast of America. It's going to be a good time, y'all. So again, we thank you. We are excited. We are wonderfully blessed to have this person here. So if you are watching live or watching on the playback, we are happy and grateful for you to be here on the #1 podcast for artistry in the business. But again, y'all, we have a special guest to round out class 1. This person, I mean, has done it all, has been through it all, has seen and been in rooms with the heavy hitters. She's been in rooms with who admire. She's been talked to and had conversations with the biggest of the biggest, the best of the best. Oh snap! There she is. I was just giving you good words. Listen, y'all. When I tell you that this person has seen some things and have done some things and has just been through the ringer and has, been in these rooms, and the insight that she has, everything that's about to happen, y'all. I'm just so happy and grateful we get to round out this class 1, this first week of Body of Work with such an amazing special guest. Yeah, a fantastic person, a fantastic way. And anytime, before I even give her the floor, anytime, and this is why I love her so much, anytime that I know I needed help or reach out, she has not hesitated to be like, yeah, I got you. What's good? Who we running up on? What's popping? How we doing this? So, without any further ado, Mereb, what's good? How you living?
Hi. Good.
How are you?
Blessed.
Good.
I'm happy.
Yes.
You know, that's all that matters. Thank you for having me. I'm honored. I don't know why, but I'm
Trust
hella
me,
shy. But thank you
it's
for
okay.
having me, though.
It is a pleasure, it's an honor. And again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is LP, aka Swens, aka Shades, if you know me in the industry. And now is the time, so we're just going to get right into it. The incomparable, the fantastical Mereb, this is your time. If you want to, just share a little bit of your story, let the people know where you hail from, and talk to us real quick.
So basically, I'm from Philly. Born and raised. My parents are Eritrean. They immigrated here, I should say, in the 80s. Had my sisters. I legit am Philly as fuck. Anything Philly. I don't even watch hockey, but I'll be like, go Flyers, like, you know, like a weirdo. But I'm just, you know, I went to Temple, um, seen a lot of stuff, uh, worked hard, worked very hard as far as interning at like Philly, like Power 99 in Philly, 103.1 at the time, or 9, I think it was. Everything's changed. B101, I worked there, the promotion assistant, and then moved to New York when I was like 24. And that was just off a whim. Like I got a job when it was a Wednesday. I remember going for lunch and I was like, fuck this shit. It was during the pandemic. Not pandemic, I'm sorry, recession. I can't tell the difference no more because it's all the same. Seriously. You know, I just said, fuck it, you know, and I hit them up. I'm like, yo, I'm in New York. Lied. Sometimes you have to, because it's just like, if you weren't in the city where you wanted to get the job, they weren't going to hire you. And obviously they were going to undercut the pay wage. So I was just like, I wasn't getting paid shit in Philly. So I was like, let me go to New York and see what I could experience at least. I didn't have nothing holding me back. So I'm like, go. So I got the job on a Wednesday. They were like, can you start on Monday? Had no plans. And then Sunday was my moving day. And my mom was just like, oh, you're moving. And I'm like, yeah. I had all this stuff in Target. And then I like last minute asked my sister to drive me up. I'm like, just drive me up, drop me off. I'll figure it out from there. I'm ambitious. I think the younger me was more ambitious as fuck. I think the older me is like very, not so much ambitious, but because now I can like honestly like think about the plans of the future and like try to do my best to plan it out and like be more forward thinking. But that happened, and then I've been in New York for 10 years. Worked at NBC, worked for Music Times, interviewed a lot of people, worked at Vlad TV. Eventually, I was like the female voice that people heard when he had 2 interviewers. It was him and me. Before that, he had people doing interviews, but like more like during the years that I worked, it was like me and him. And yeah, I did that, and then gradually went into music as far as like managing like the homies that I thought that was talented as fuck, that I believed in because I really love music. That's like my passion. Yeah, and I'm here now, and I don't know if I'm leaving here just yet, but here for the most part.
Wow. Wow, what a journey. What a start. What a journey. Thank you so much, because you didn't touch, you just talked about jumping from music to TV and interviews and some heavy hitters,
Yeah.
back to music, and those that definitely had to be a transition for you. Can you talk about a little bit some of your favorite parts of this journey that you've been on?
I think my favorite part's just the meeting, like meeting people, um, and just having like the real knowledge of growth. Like a lot of times the growth comes from struggle, and during that moment you don't understand it. You kind of like are angry as fuck, you're frustrated as fuck, but looking back at it, I would do it again. I would so do it again. I would, you know, go back to that phase where, you know, you didn't know what the fuck you're going to eat versus going out and like working, networking, and like making things happen. Um, but meeting people was like my favorite, one of my favorite moments of New York, one of my favorite moments of working in this industry. And like when I say the industry, it's like across the board, because it's just like when people look at it, you have control. Like you can like really fix and move the, you know, you can, it's like life is a chessboard, right? Like every move is like, but it's just depends on the decision you make and like how you want to move. You know, do you want to throw all your pieces away and give up, or like do you want to strategize and stuff? You want to be spontaneous, then fine, do that too. Like I think when you see the board clearly, you can understand how to move. And like for me, that was just it. Like no one's gonna understand you and your process because it's your life, right? And no one knows your story fully. And I think that was me. Like my parents are African as fuck, so they were just like doctor, lawyer, engineer, nurse. What the fuck you want to be? And I'm like, I want to work in broadcast. I think I like entertainment. I like music, and they don't understand that. When it comes to passion and drive and like what you love to do, you have one life, and like I try to live by that, and that was like my main focus, like my happiness as far as that. And like my happiness is my peace, and my happiness is my time. Like I tell my mom all the time, like you had your time. No disrespect, I love my mama, but like no one can tell you what to do but you. Like your instincts, your intuition, but the only difference is that you can't expect shit to be handed to you. You have to like really, really work for it. And like, even when you don't make shit, you have to make money elsewhere and like and then like work and do the work hard to make your dreams come true. Like that's, and I'm still in the process of it. It's never easy. Like Alicia Keys, I remember as a child, Alicia Keys had a Grammy speech where she was like, it took her like 10 years. Granted, she was 19 when she came out with her first single, whatever. But like, when you work towards it and you like go through a whole lot of shit and no one knows that. So I think that's what, I don't know, that's what's important to me as far as why I'm here. I haven't done anything just yet, but I plan on. I manifest that shit. I speak it into existence.
I think that's very important, and because nobody lives inside of your body. We're all the 7-8 billion people on this planet are completely different, and nobody knows your journey except for you. And I believe you have done some things, but dealing with your journey and jumping from space to space. I didn't even know that you got hired on a Wednesday and then made the jump to New York from Philly in less than a week, right? But before getting that yes and taking that leap, and I'm sure this has happened within your career as well. How did you deal with rejection? How do you deal with those no's? How do you deal with the universe sort of redirecting you or blocking you or telling you no, not this one, no, not this one?
To be quite honest, I do the Cuba Gooding swing at the air in Boys of the Hood. I do that. Maybe like I did that like maybe a million times and then maybe cried. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you uppercut the air, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, it's just, you just look down and keep going. And I had a lot of people just say, come home. And coming home wasn't the option, because even when I was like a 9-year-old sitting on the stoop, I had this like urge to do something. And I don't know what that something is. I'm still trying to figure it out, because it's, even though it's like, if it's success or making money or being like a family person or a mother or like, it depends on like what you want to do in your life. But for me, I was just like trying to figure out my purpose. And like, I knew my purpose wasn't just trying to be in Philly. I kind of wanted to do, not do, because I'm still in the process of it, but like, I want to do more, and then I want to give back more, right? So like, every time I do something, it's just more important for me to like have that something where I didn't have, right? So like, when I came up here, I didn't know anybody, but like, anytime somebody wants to come up here, I'm like, yeah, come through, meet this person, meet that person. Like, I met this person, like trying to connect dots, because I want somebody to believe in me the way I believe in them. And so the only person that can believe in you though at first is you. And that's the hardest part, because we're like our hardest critic. And as much as like failure would like deteriorate like your thought process, and like, as you go on, you hear all these no's and stuff like that, it's like, you just really have to really believe in yourself. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, I think, is like really just making that decision to one, believe in yourself, and then after that, the rest will be history. So yeah, so thank you for talking about those rejections. But then on the other hand, because I know there have been some, because I know you know how to get down, yeah, you know how to party. How do you sort of celebrate those? How do you celebrate those wins? How do you celebrate those wins that you get, right, without sort of like losing track?
Um, for me, it's a hard time because I don't really celebrate it publicly. Like I don't believe in it because I just feel like it's so much work to do.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you get older, it's just more things that you want to do, right? We
Mm-hmm.
evolve. Whether you want monetary gain or you want to climb the ladder of like just like becoming an executive or like face value shit or like have the blue check like most people like desire to have. Like for me, it's just more so like put your head down, just do what you got to do, and every year, like whenever you want to do something different, it's just focus on that. You know, like do better, but not only for yourself but for the world. Like do better for us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the most important part. It's like giving back, whether it be knowledge, whether it be creative, like it's like little things like that. Like with people, my mentors, they kind of helped me um, just with conversation. And like people don't understand that. Like, yo, these like 5 minute, 10 minute conversations you can have with people, like you don't know you're mentoring them, but you're mentoring them. So like for me, that's important for me, like moving forward. And I
Who,
don't
who?
know. Hmm?
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, go.
Who has been some of your mentors, or what have been some of your influences in that way that you can think of?
Man, I would okay. Rest in peace, Steve Solomon. He was like one of my mentors that like when I wanted to get into music and like manage and stuff like that, he's like, Mereb, why are you spending your fucking money? He's like, you can't do that. He's like, your net worth is the your network. He was like, that's your money. He's like, use that and like gain those relationships and help your artists that way. When it came to like entertainment, I like my professor at Temple, like she took me under her wing after I graduated. Like she legit was just like, "Yo, I'm in New York, blah blah," and helped me get a job. Um, I want to say another mentor. I have so many because I don't take it lightly. Like, and I don't want to put them on blast because it's just like it's very awkward for me to be like, I don't like this. Like, I'm not that person, but I have people like give me advice as far as like, how to gain my confidence and like get back on track as far as like when things get low, bro. Like they get really low. When you're trying to figure it out, it gets really, really low. But then you have to like still show face, still show like, that you care about this industry and you're knowledgeable of it and you want it. And I think um that's like kind of what my mentors were like always like you have to show up, you have to show up, you have to show up. So I mean, I'm not going to do all the name drop shit, but like
Okay, beautiful.
they
Thank
showed
you.
up, they showed up.
That's a yeah, and looking at that smile, I'm happy and grateful that they came into your life. But to double back a little bit, you were talking about you were one of those first female voices in the background when you were doing those interviews at Vlad. Yo, Bert, what up? Doing one of those interviews at Vlad TV, which is always pioneering, which is always I always love to see where it's like this, the first woman to do this, or the first black woman to do this, or the first trans person to do this. Why do you can you talk a little bit about why you think it's important for in media for representation?
Yeah. So I'm not going to say I'm the first woman to do it. I just did it, but I think it's important for like women of color to be, you know, a part of like the media outlets and stuff like that, because our voices are important. Um, Conversations need to be like broad as fuck. We all have our different opinions when it comes to sex, money, careers. You know, like these are things that we look into. Like I listen to the decisions, right? Horrible Decisions podcast, and that shit is like, for me, it's a sex podcast, but like it's some. I listen to it every week only because it's just so interesting to hear their like perspective. Also,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll go and listen to the Joe Budden podcast or something like that, or Maul and Rory, and like hear the barbershop talk that I was kind of privy to when I was younger, because I would go into those like barbershops and hear the same conversations, debates.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important for us to know our voices and like our thought process, because people aren't comfortable to talk about their thoughts and like their opinions and shit like that without getting offended, you know? And as people of color, like, you know, we have different conversations than white folks. We have different conversations than most other cultures. And they won't understand it. They'll think it's harsh and they think it's like disruptive, but it's well needed. And also like we kind of understand our comedy different. Like we can laugh at it and be like, that's funny, and then move along. Um, I think that with us representing us, well, us meaning like women of color, um, to see will be like inspiring for the future. It
Mm-hmm.
makes a fucking big difference when kids be like, "Oh, I can do that too," because I never saw that shit. I never like. I remember the very first time, um, I like noticed someone that was like of my culture that was doing something in music. It was Ethiopia, right? Ethiopia. I think she still like is like running Motown, right? But I remember going through Sierra's CD, her first CD, and then like I used to be the weirdo that used to read all that shit, like lyrics, thank yous, and then like look at all the names, and I saw Ethiopia, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a girl from Africa, like an African woman that's doing that, like someone like me could do that. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like no one ever tells you like, hey, you can work in the music industry if you intern, or you do this, you do that. Like that wasn't a thing. But seeing that was like so beyond me, like so inspiring. So I feel like that can like change someone's life one day. So seeing more of us doing shit, whether you're hosting, throwback 106 in Park, or
Hey.
you're hosting your like number one podcast one day, or like it matters, because that'll change the future for other people that's looking up at it. And entertainment is so prevalent because it's everywhere. Like if it's music is so important. Like that shit's everywhere, obviously. But like now that we have podcasting, streaming services, and stuff like that, like you can show different avenues of where you can grow. You can become a producer. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things like that. Like Taylor, there's a girl named Taylor. Like God, forgot her last name, but Taylor is she's producing Brilliant Idiots for like Charlemagne. Like that's inspiring as fuck. That girl's from Philly too. Like shout out to her. Shit like that, super inspiring, super young, super talented. You have Quinta doing fucking TV shows, Billy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like Abbott Elementary is a big fucking deal, and people are like, only like when like she's giving the avenue for people to grow, and she's doing rap shit. She did Insecure. She's doing the Photograph. She's doing other movies and other options, and that shit is like inspiring as fuck. And what's going to happen like 20 years from now, you're going to see more black women doing more shit like that. Lena Waithe. Like, come on. Like, it's like we have
Mm-hmm.
to see it to believe it. So, yeah. Sorry for like,
Lit. No, that's because no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, because shout out to Taylor. Yeah, because she was on she was doing radio stuff as well too at Power 105. Just like the whole game. And
facts. Yeah.
shout outs to Quinta. Yeah, Emmy nominated. They just got greenlit, I
She's
believe.
going to win.
Um,
She's going to win. That shit's funny as
for
fuck.
another. Yeah. TUMF is all in the building.
Yeah.
Um, All right, and then one last question, and then we'll jump into the game. What does and we'll just switch gears for a second. What does for this high powered, hardworking, fantastical, visionary person that you are? What does yes, no, because those are all true. What does self care look like for you when you're not ripping and running it? And
Therapy, 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 therapy,
there.
sir, therapy. You, yeah, therapy. You, therapy. Yeah, like, but I think like being able to talk about your issues, talk about your problems, and like loving your younger self and understanding like who you are, who you were, most importantly, because like I think we all dealt with, I'm not all like, there's some people that like had parents that were like, go, but like there's some people that had people that kept saying, you can't do this. It's not. I went to West Catholic High School. I had a teacher tell everybody in the class, not all of y'all need to go to college. Like, y'all don't. And I was sitting there like, the fuck he's saying that for? Like, and I said it back then. Like, I was just like, why would you tell kids they don't, like black kids, they don't deserve to, like, to go to college? Like, or it's not for us. It's not for everybody. But like, if you go to Lower Merion, they go, we're prepping you for the SATs. You all are going to be successful. You're all going to college. Like, yes, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And I get it. Like, we all know college is a scam. But like, it's like every time you talk to black children, it's always telling them that you can't do it because, and how will you do it? Like, can you do it? Can you afford to do it? It's like they just cut the string before you can like even climb up the fucking whatever jump rope, whatever it's called. I don't know. But I think for I lost my thought process, but like I just feel like for us it's just important to remain intact, focus, go back, look at our traumas, look at how we can take care of ourselves and like moving forward, because it gets rough. It doesn't get easier. Life doesn't get easier for us. Like when we were younger, it was so much easier. So like for me, therapy helps me kind of like talk about like things and like bring it to fruition. Not fruition, I'm sorry. Like bring it, to a point where I can understand why I think the way I do. And then moving forward, I can like understand how I need to like jump over these like hurdles that are like going to, there's some things that I don't want to like process and like give to somebody else. So yeah, that's my self-care. Other than like, well, right now I don't have my nails done, but like getting my nails done, when I go to Philly, I go to Southwest, shout out to Cindy at Sally's, get my eyebrows done from her, and then, prayer. That's it. That's like my self-care shit.
Simple, elegant, love it, wow. Mereb, again, like you just always come through in the clutch. Like this really could not have been a better way to
I
end.
don't know if this was a clutch, but it was fun
Yes,
because I love you. I've known you for mad long. We went to school together, and like I'm always show up. I think the very best time I've had with you is when you invited me to like talk to your kids in the classroom, and to see their excitement about like just for me, which seems little, it seems so grand to them, and I hope it inspired them too, because like I think about them all the fucking time, and like I appreciate you for that, because that like made like it's a memory that's gonna be stapled in my brain for like the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm always show up for you. So.
no, thank you. That was beautiful for me to see them like really attentive and really listen. As beautiful it was for you, I think it was just as gorgeous for them as well to like connect with someone, because like you were talking about earlier, just you have to see it to believe it. So we're, for them to be like, oh my God, here's someone in here who's interviewed these people that we love, who's seen it and talked about it. Again, you're just
They kept yelling Cardi B. I was like, y'all relax.
Relax.
Please.
Relax.
But
No, yeah. You
I'm
are
like,
you are
become a
fantastic.
producer.
I was just there. Don't worry about it. All right. We're gonna get into this last part, which I absolutely love. This is the fun part. This is the fun part of the show. So
Bite my
yeah.
nails.
All right. So if you are new to the show, this part is called "Take It or Leave It." Now, if you take something, that means you would take it out on a date. That means you would make the journey all the way across town from Brooklyn to get there, make it the baby's all right, or you would, get it a chopped cheese. If you would leave it, that means you would. It means you would throw it out, you not having it, and you not putting money on the Metro card to swipe for it. Peace.
Yeah.
So the first joint,
Wait,
nature.
where are you right now?
I'm in Saigon. I'm in Vietnam right now. I'm in Asia.
No, he rich. He rich.
Nah.
Charge him.
we
Charge
doing
him.
we blessed. We doing our thing.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're right. You black. We gotta do
We
it for
blessed. We
free.
blessed.
Do it for free.
We blessed. All right, the first joint. First joint. Nature. Are you taking it? Or are you leaving it?
Nature? Like
Nature.
nature.
Like outside, trees, the grass.
Oh, I'm taking that shit. I love the smell of like cut grass
Oh,
and like
yeah.
camping. I went to camping for the first time. Look, I did it one night, but like it was beautiful. I saw stars and shit like that. I heard
You
weird
like
noises. I almost stabbed somebody, but I was like, all right.
don't play with her bears, okay?
I had my knife. I was like this, sleeping.
She from West, y'all. Don't play with her.
South.
Don't.
I'm from Southwest.
That's a different. Woo! That's past Woodland. You gotta. Okay. Anyway.
The
Ice.
homie had the Glock. I didn't play that shit. You think you thought? What? The homie had the Glock. I was not playing. I was like, bring your shit.
Any raccoon could get it. Any fox could get it.
Any
All right.
bear.
Second one. Ice cream. Ice cream. Are you taking it or are you leaving it?
Look, at this point in my life, it gotta be vegan ice cream at some point because the way my stomach is, we're not doing that. My body didn't mutate. Apparently, that's what Uber Facts said. It was like, if you drink cow milk, your body's like, I'm like, look, I can't, I will not, but I'll eat mac and cheese once in a while, depending on the aunties.
Take some take before. I got you. I understand. Shout out to all the vegan ice creameries out there. Let's hook Mereb. Let's hook us up.
And I'm not a vegan, but yeah.
It works. Mimosas. Are you taking them or are you leaving them?
I'm tequila soda all day. I'll do a shot of tequila on the side. Mimosas are for like the ones that want to burp in my face. I'm cool. Thank you. I digress. And if you smoke hookah at brunch, I'm judging you because that shit is fun up until you get to my level. Because I don't want to eat my pancakes with you smoking hookah. Thank you.
There was an error for that, and we didn't made it out. Thankfully, we made it out of that.
Oh God, no, we didn't, man. Go to Atlanta. Shit. I'm like, can I eat?
Oof. Okay.
Oof.
Sleeping in. Are you taking it or are you leaving it?
Yo, honestly, if you're tired, like sleep in. Like get your rest. Don't believe in that shit where they tell you, successful people don't sleep. They sleep well. They sleep very well. Just rest your body. Your body is very healthy. That's the money maker. Your mental space is your money maker. As if you sleep in, then you sleep in. If you wake up in the morning and people have insomnia. Like the pandemic is proof of that. Like people struggle with sleep. It's fine, but definitely, I'll take it. I'll take sleeping in. I'll take it.
I'll take that. Catwoman, you taking her or you leaving her?
Who, Eartha Kitt, or you talking about Halle Berry? Like, who are you talking about?
I was talking about the character, but yeah, let's go with both. Are you taking Eartha Kitt?
I mean, I'm gonna take both of them because they're black. But yeah. If they keep them they keep them black. I don't know. There was like one white Catwoman. I was like, nah.
Can't do it for you.
The chick from Scarface.
I don't even know.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Boom.
Oh.
You
Okay.
thought I didn't know. I'm single,
Okay.
guys. I'll watch the Marvel shits with you. We'll have deep conversations.
Yeah, as long as y'all get her vegan ice cream, y'all make sure get
I
that vegan ice
mean,
cream on the deck.
or like nice wine, you know. But we're here.
Some-
We're here today.
I see them gold hoops.
The,
You rich. You rich. She rich, y'all.
no, no, no. I'm poor. The government's watching.
All
Whoa.
right. Next one. South Street.
Oh man, yo, I love South Street so much. Yo, Jim's burnt down, and I'm devastated. Ishka Bibbles is my shit though, but Jim's burnt down. I feel like that was something that hurt my heart to do. But what I'll say is, when I was walking down South Street back in the day, this is when neo soul music was like most prevalent. And you walk down the street, fucking, I saw, you know, like mad people, mad artists. Like it's like in Philly, you can walk down the street and not be bothered. You see mad artists. South Street is always gonna be something special to me. Like it is, and I, you know,
Beautiful.
oh, I'll take South Street every day.
That's
Yes.
and shout outs to Ash, Irma's brother. They got a shop down there. I believe they working with like a jewelry down there on South Street. So shout outs to
What street?
I don't even know. We'll drop it in the comments on the playback. But I know they working. I know they're talking down there. So shout outs to them.
Okay.
Next one, the metaverse. Are you taking it? Or are you leaving it?
I take it all day long because Activision and Blizzard was bought by Microsoft. So I feel like they're about to do some shit within the metaverse. I think everything's going to be on, you know, online, obviously, gaming and all that stuff. And it'll be like visual, virtual. I don't know what the term is when you could feel something, because I feel like eventually the sex industry is going to dive into that, and that's like money too. But yeah, I'll take the metaverse.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to jump back on another call and talk about some Web3 stuff, but that's for another day.
Yeah, I'm not well versed in that shit.
All right, and then the last one, which I've been customary to end with, which I kind of am falling in love with. Last one for take it or leave it. Books. Are you taking them or are you leaving?
Oh, I'm gonna take it. I tried to do audiobooks. I tried, you know, like reading books on like my phone, which just makes more sense when I have smaller bags and stuff like that. So I do have like books on like my phone and stuff like that. But there's something about having like tangible things, like to smell it, and like also what I've noticed dealing with certain people, like they have these books from like 1880 and that they can give their children, and like I feel like it's important for us to have these tangible things that we can share, because it can all be deleted like within a day or two. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I like to have a, you know, like this swipe, you know. Carrie Bradshaw said that shit when she was like, yo, it's something when you smell a book, it just smells different. It's like, you know, what new money. It's like very sexy to me, because I like reading.
Yeah, we love it. You see, we got this. Shout out to one of my mentors. Shout out to one of our mentors. Gave us his Viola Davis book before we came out here to Vietnam. Yeah, it's good. We only a few chapters in, but it's deep and it's good. So shout out to her. Cop that if you can. Mereb, we love you. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you wanna?
Yeah, I want to ask you something. You're from Philly, right? Or are you from outside of Philly? What part?
I'm from Alden, right outside of West, though. Right outside of West.
Okay. Is that the bottom? Is that low key the bottom?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, I was gonna hang up. I'm like, oh, we don't. If anyone knows about the bottom is like super like there's a cloud there, and Mufasa would be like, Simba, you don't go there. And most people would probably do that about Southwest too, but all right. Cheesesteak, Cheese Whiz, or American white cheese. We don't do yellow cheese. American white cheese.
I'm gonna do the American white cheese.
All right, I was gonna hang up on you if you said Cheese Whiz.
If I even do it, because you know what, my favorite cheesesteaks place ain't even. I'd rather go to the Poppy store. I'd rather go get one of them joints, because I can't. The joints down on South Street, they overhyped for me. Overhyped.
Wait,
I'd rather.
I've never been to a Poppy store and asked for a cheesesteak. I asked for a hoagie, but I don't ask for a cheesesteak. Who is that? Where do you do that? Alden? What is that? What is that?
Listen. When I spend time in South, right off of 24th and Tasker, I'm telling you, they got some joints. They got some joints. I love a good deep cut on a record. All right, I love of radio singles too, but I love a deep cut.
I'm judging you. All right. The last question. Music Soul Child or Jill Scott?
Can I say both?
No, one.
Can I say both?
One.
Oh man, I'ma say music. I know.
I was gonna punch you in your throat. I love Jill Scott, but there's something about
Julie.
Music Soul Child.
No, I love Julie. I love Julie from Philly. That she is incomparable. Like she is a pioneer. But you know, love. No, I
so
can't.
That's not. I have to tell. But I'm afraid.
Yeah, no.
No. Turn it to gospel, Lord.
Because that's what. Okay, rumor has it is that the label made him switch all the words from God to love. So every time you hear love in that song, originally it was supposed to be God. But, we just here to speculate.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I heard the same thing. Yeah, go ahead.
We love it. Thank you so much. Again, Class 1, you rounded it out. The magnificent, the fantastic. Anything else we should be looking out for? We should be tapping into you for the future?
No, so definitely watch Revolt Black News. I'm sorry. Stumbling because I'm nervous as fuck. Revolt Black News, watch it, support it. And they have a new show called Black Girl Stuff that's going to launch soon. Check that out. Love it, live it. Be supportive of each other. Buy brands, even if you don't like them. Just support everybody that's around you. It'll come back to you tenfold. Then that's it. And be you. And be happy and nice to each other. That's it.
Wow. Gorgeous. Because we love Revolt over here. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
We love it. We love Revolt. Again, Mereb, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Always coming through. A pillar in your community, a shining light to all the young cats. A reminder of what ambition looks like to the older cats. And again, we just thank you for rounding out Class 1 of BodyOfWork. As always, want to shout out them boys at Garden Parties. Again, August 6th. Don't forget, they have a Premier League watch party happening at the Black Sheep down in Center City, Philadelphia. Check that out. Everybody at NBC for always shouting us out and showing love. For Tim, Darby, Noor, Andre, and Chelsea, thank you for rounding out Class 1 as well with us this week. Thank you for joining. Selena, thank you so much for being here and always supporting this one. EP and making sure, all the optics and everything is looking good. Crispy A1. From myself, from T-Dot, the other producers, and everybody here at Long Sleeve Service, we love you. We thank you. See you next time. Good night.
Bye, guys. Thank you.